all. So I'm Dr. Arundhati Banerjee, pediatric neurologist associated with Neotia, Bhagirathi Hospitals, Newtown. So on the occasion of the National Epilepsy Awareness Month, which is November, I thought it would be great to discuss some of the myths and fancies associated with childhood epilepsy. So to start on, I would like to stress on the definition of epilepsy. So what do you mean by epilepsy? Epilepsy is nothing but the tendency to have recurrent seizures. With this definition itself, I come to the first myth or first misconception which the parents or the attendants have. Because they will come and tell, my child does not have a seizure. He is not having an epilepsy. Why? Because his legs and hands are not becoming tight. His eyes are not uprolled. He is not having a seizure at all. He is just staring at one side. So let me tell you, parents, this is one misconception which has to be corrected. Childhood epilepsy doesn't present like a generalized seizure in which there is a stiffening of the whole body and uprolling of eyeballs, urinary fecal incontinence. It can be as subtle as a chewing movement of the mouth or simply a behavioral arrest, or it can be a staring at one side. So these are the variant manifestations of epilepsy. The second misconception that I would like to highlight is that people feel that when the child is seizing or when the child is having an episode, the child is possessed by some evil spirits, and hence its treatment is not medical. Its treatment belongs to the superstition or the superstitious elements of our society. So they will take them to indigenous healers who will suggest all indigenous and superstitious methods to heal. But here again, I would like to advise that there are very good medications that have come up for kids, and so if they are controlled, if they are actually consulted by a good pediatric neurologist, then they can be well controlled and would be able to lead a very good life. The other misconception that I would like to highlight is that children with epilepsy, it is always associated with a stigma. A stigma, they do not associate epilepsy or they do not consider epilepsy as they would have considered any other chronic disorder like a chronic cardiac ailment or a chronic renal ailment. So once a child is suffering from epilepsy, the parents tend to keep them to themselves and they will not open up. They will not reveal this. They will keep it as a secret. So this is again a very wrong thing to do. So what you have to do is, like any other disorder, it is a treatable condition and it needs to be communicated with the parents, with the other attendants and with the school and wherever the child is visiting, so that they are at par and they can also manage any emergency situation that comes our way. So these are some of the superstitious things which are associated with a child, and therefore we can always dispel these superstitions if we can spread awareness about epilepsy and their misconceptions amongst peer groups, using social media, using other media, so that they can be treated aptly by a qualified pediatric neurologist. So with that, I would like to end my session and thank you for your patient hearing.